Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Your old pal Bill Tucci here, coming to you live. And I got something in the mail the other day, and I didn't even see it. And Debbie had told me that I got something in the mail, and I just ignored it. But then she told me it was from my friend Tony Funkhouser, who's a Major General in the U.S. Army, and his son, Major Anthony Funkhouser. And so I was like, oh, wow. And we've the Funkhousers always have a thing, and they always think of me. They're the ones. Major General Funkhouser is the one who's in charge of who it was his making and his doing, actually, that got the flags flown over the United States in honor of Joe Sinnott and Stan Lee and Donald R. Burgett that were presented to them. And he's just a big comics fan, a big comic supporter, and he's for some reason he's a fan of mine. He was a supporter of mine, him and his son, and they let me go over to Facebook while we're doing this real quick. We just became friends. We met them at a convention, and I remember just talking to them, and I think Anthony was probably a captain then, and now he's a major, and Tony was a general. And just a great guy. Him and his brother, Big Funk, we like to call him. We get together all the time with them, usually at, I think, South Carolina. We get together with them, and the same thing with, or North Carolina Heroes. We get together with them, and Baltimore, of course. And they're just great guys, great family, and big supporter of comics, big supporter of our veterans. And they got me a little present. So I'm going to just check Facebook real quick to see if I'm live, because for some reason, if I go into comments here, the comments don't really show up on through StreamYard, the Facebook comments. For some reason, if I type it in on Facebook, it does, but for those it doesn't. So like I said, there's Ford Dolan. Hello, Ford. Good to see you. I hope you guys can hear me. So let's bring out the box. So I got this week. They always sent me a book or books. Tony had sent me a book recently about the Japanese in World War II, the Japanese military campaigns, the spirit of the samurai, if you will, with the Japanese soldiers, and it was pretty. It was brutal, amazing. Dark Side Darren, oh, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much. That you bought some the metal edition. Yeah, the metal editions are gorgeous. We had a big meeting Friday night. Is that last night? Thursday night. Stephen Peros, my co-writer, and our editor JC Vaughn, about the pages. And while we're primarily in lockdown right now with the printers, and just because of a lot of the printers, our printers closed down. A couple of others are closed down. The ones that are opening are kind of pushing us back because we're small. It's kind of a small run. I guess we're a boutique publisher, if you will. So we're being scheduled for later on next month to start printing, to have our books printed. And so we're like, well, what do we do at this time? And there were some pages that we weren't happy with, particularly happy with. I wasn't happy with myself with. So we decided to refinish a whole bunch of pages, some panels and some complete pages. So we're redrawing pages. I've got one over here that I think is coming out really nice. Let me show you that. It's actually page 1. And I'll finish this tonight or tomorrow. I'll finish. So it's Mother's Day. Let me switch the camera. So I'm going to switch the camera over. So hang on a second. Let me drop out over here. Let's do that. There I go. And this is the thing. So I want to thank Tony and Anthony, the Major General and the Major, so much for thinking of me. They're just amazing American heroes, patriots, and just great comic fans. And they're really working their butts off because Tony is, I believe he's the head of the Army Corps of Engineers, and he's on the front line with all this as how hard they're working to battle the coronavirus. The Army Corps of Engineers have been mobilized, by the federal government, and they are just, they are just killing themselves. So if we could all say a prayer for them. And I also posted a link to our Indiegogo right now that we are now over $88,000. Thank you so much. I think it's next week or maybe the week after we will be posting our final perk. It's one that I'm really excited about. We'll give you a little hint. It's a rough cut of the comic, something that I love to see when I do the books in their purest form. And we'll make that announcement probably next week or the week after. We have a bunch of colored pages and pencils coming in, so I want to show them. So funny, I drive poor Brian Miller and Chrissy Miller crazy, our colorist. But I'm like, hold on that page, stop that page. Here's a new panel, and I started cutting and pasting in panels that I wanted to improve because hey, you don't very often get a second chance to make a first impression, and this being the first She comic in 15 years. I think you guys, and especially the people that are paying $25 a comic for the premium books, or as Darkside Darren did, $100 for the metal edition. I think you guys deserve the very best, and you do deserve the very best, and we're going to give you the very best that we can because you deserve it. And any plans for that? Well, you know what? The Shiroi edition, we've gotten such huge response on that, Darren. I think we are going to offer that because we're in the final weeks, so we could end the campaign. We're in demand, and we want to close it. But I think aside from the rough cut edition, and what a rough cut edition is, I'll tell you, that'll be our last perk. But I think a lot of people are asking about the Shiroi edition. And to make that a metal, I think we're going to do that as well because they're all made individually anyway. They're all numbered. They're all individual. So we can make one if we want, if we only sell one of them, but we'll limit them to the amount that we get ordered. But in regards to the rough cut, let me go through something is that I love comic book roughs. And again, you guys have probably seen this one already. Let's put this down real quick. But you guys might have seen the roughs. Here's page one. Here's the page one rough. So I did it as a rough, and I just love the energy. I love, even, maybe some parts of the art aren't quite as refined, I guess, if you will, compared to the final. And this is how I do my work. This is my light box. So I do a rough on this paper here, and then I add, and then I'll trace it. I'll light the light box up. And I'll clean it up. It's basically digital inking. Here's another page. This one's page 32. So here's a page 32 rough of Anna going into her basement. And the roughs are obviously more refined. And she's going through, and what does she find? What's covered behind this it's the cabinet holding her She costume. The whole She armor, all the weapons, everything's been pushed into the back of the basement. It's been pushed away and left, forgotten, if you will. And so we're going to do that with a new cover, and then we'll do the and then we'll do, like I said, the Shiroi edition has gotten a huge amount of response. So maybe we'll do that as a metal edition. I think it's kind of cool because once these books are done, that's it. You can only get them through this campaign, and why not do it if the people want it? And what the heck? We sell one, then whoever gets that one metal edition, say you get the only one in the whole world. TJ James, good to see you, brother. How are you? The Frank Amazing Boudoir edition. I love the Frank Amazing Boudoir edition. I can stop reading this. Varel McDavid, I sent you an email, Varel. I sent you your original art, and I sent you your DVDs, but somehow the idiot in me, I think I put it over there by my desk. I forgot the Bombs Over Baghdad DVD. Burrell is another American hero. He is a combat veteran, United States combat cameraman, which is even crazier and I was in the infantry, and combat cameramen are the crazy ones. Instead of going into battle with a rifle, he goes in with a camera. So for some reason, I left the one DVD, but I'll get that out this week. Unless if you want to wait, I can get it to you when you get your rewards, but I'll send it out this week because I owe it to you. So I apologize, my friend. For Dolan, kudos to your dad, man. He was also a member of the Army Corps of Engineers. Chris, hey, Crisis, how you doing, honey? Good to see you, too. Another Army veteran. Got a lot of veterans here. This is great. What a great little stream. So, again, this was sent to me by my friend, my friends, Major Anthony Funkhouser and his father, Major General Tony Funkhouser. And they always send me cool books. So I'm looking to see, and they'll send me little things, and they get bigger and bigger. So I like to look at the little things first. But I figure I do a little unboxing. I like the what's in the box idea. We're going to start doing unboxing videos on crowdfunding comics. I sent it out to Niall Scala. I sent it out to Frank Amazing, and I sent it out to Brian Blevins, and Blevins the only one that got back to me. Said I'm game for it, but then Frank was like, we got to do a big deal, because I have a lot of books here, campaigns of books I haven't opened yet because I wanted to open them specifically for this. Like this from Wes Hartman, another one. This one is from, I don't want to show it in document. This from EBS for Cyberfrog. I've got another one from EBS here. I've got from Eric Weathers. So here's my Flying Fortress. What I saw Jimmy's somewhere. Here's Jimmy's. I got Jimmy's book here. So I got a lot of books to open up. I got my Big Book Bill, my Lady Death I haven't opened. So, I just love to say, I've always loved supporting campaigns of my fellow creators. And I just love this whole idea of crowdfunding. I love Indiegogo. I love the Kickstarter projects. And I'll support all of my friends. We really are, there is no pencils down here with the independent publishers. We are going through with it. We're going all the way. Zaid, Comics, what's up? Phil, good to see you. How long will she be in demand? I'd say at least the next month, or maybe less, 3 weeks or so, just because once we get our orders, we want to end it so we could launch the next one, because I'm being a part. We have a big campaign launching. Dynamite has a campaign of a book I'm writing at the end of this month, and then we will launch Hotaru in July. So by then, hopefully everything will be running again. All the printers and the production people and things like that to get our supplies. It's tough. I mean, there's so many supplies ordered, and if anyone who had supported us, you saw Crisis. First of all, thank you for supporting us too, honey. Really appreciate it. But we, you can't get this stuff. You can't get your supplies. Because we ordered a lot. I mean, you got to think we have 2,800 backers right now. Return of the Warrior is over $188,000. I'm sorry, $158,000, and we have 2,800 backers. So there's a lot of books that got to go out. We need a lot of supplies. We need the what do they call the boxes? These boxes, the Zodiac boxes, whatever you call them. I don't know. Debbie does all that. But Mylars, we need bags, we need boards, we need bubble wrap. All that stuff has been friggin' on hold, and it's driving me crazy. But and we were going to plan to do 3 more campaigns this year. We might just do 2. Hotaru, and then our secret our new 25th anniversary. Well, it's a whole new book, which is my super project, which I like to look at as the Destroy All Monsters of independent comics. And it's the sequel to a book that came out 25 years ago with one of my comic book heroes, Mark Silvestri. So when we solidify that deal, we'll announce that, but we'll probably launch that in October then. But 3 campaigns, not so bad. I would like, for the year, 2 campaigns for the year. Last year we did 2. We'll do 2 again this year. Again, the coronavirus, there's nothing we can really do about it. And then next year we'll do, in 2021, we'll do 3, maybe 4, because maybe we can get caught up. We will be able to get caught up, so we'll do 4 in 2021. So let's open this up. Yep, so he sent it to me. Got it this week. I got it sent on the 4th. And I'm just excited because they always get me great books. So let's see. I ripped it open real quick, so when I open it, I'm not sitting there tearing it. So let's see what we got here. Yeah. I'm not going to look because I just love looking at the thing. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, what is this? Let's see. Disaster at D-Day. Oh, see, I love alternative history. The Germans defeat the Allies, 1944. Now, if anyone knows me, knows I love alternative history. I love historical fiction. Hence with Miss Fury and with the Sergeant Rock, the Lost Battalion, which is greatly based in history. Isaac Snowden, open the box. I'm sorry. Jim Keller, another Army veteran hero. Sir, Jim's a major as well in the United States Army. Stay safe, brother. Praying for you, thinking about you all the time. And someday I will find that other black cat. The first black cat I did for you. For the life of me, I can't find it. But then again, I still do have about 4 boxes filled with 11x17 art and stuff. So disaster. So they know I love this stuff. I believe this is the German combat action badge. Of course, the U.S. flag and then the British flag. And this is the letter from Eisenhower about, you're about to embark on the Great Crusade. And this is, he signed it to me. Oh, look at that. A small gift to make COVID quarantine pass. Great story mixing history with imagination. Hope to see you soon. Your friend, Tony Funkhouser. I love this man. Yeah, great. Thank you, sir. I'm finishing up. Right now, I'm finishing up a book on the biography of Alvin York, and I'll read this next. Thank you. It's not a big book, so this will be fun. The problem is, though, with creators, and you'll hear from a lot of them. Oh, great pictures. Because Eisenhower, for those of you know, had 2 letters. One letter was when the invasion was successful. There was another letter that he had written in case it had failed and the Allies would push back. What's scary is that if the Allies are pushed back, you still have about 8,500 U.S. paratroopers behind German lines. So coming from an old paratrooper myself, I don't see that failing because I think those paratroopers could have won it all anyway. Spoken like a typical cocky paratrooper. So, what great photos. Oh, here they are. They're on the looking off for counterattacks. Invaders thrusting inland. Oh, great. You got a Waco glider here. This is a famous shot of a tank crew that was actually, this says infantry stumbled ashore after their landing craft had been sunk. I think, okay, if that's what this is, it could be. There's another shot of our tanks that we had tanks, and the tanks were actually sunk in the ocean in the channel because the water was so rough and they were released too soon. And they had waterproofing on the tanks, but they were swamped. And of the 32 tanks that were launched on Omaha Beach, I think 2 made it ashore. That's it. The rest sank in the thing. So it's just terrible. So the time has come to deal a terrific enemy blow. So this is great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Funkhouser, General Funkhouser, and really appreciate it. Can't wait to dive into this. I'm almost done with the Sergeant York book. And if anyone knows anything about Sergeant York of the 82nd Division of World War I, he literally single-handedly almost won the entire battle of the Argonne Forest. What this man did was extraordinary. Is that we attacked the Germans. It was the 8th of October, 1918. Just a little shy of a month of the war ending. And they were supposed to get artillery support. It never came. And the 82nd Division charged forward into this valley of death, really. They were pinned down. There was a small squad led by a sergeant. And they were told to flank around and see if they could flank around. They did. They ended up managing getting by. The German machine gunners and all. And they were literally in a triangle being slaughtered. And they were just bogged down in this valley. York and the men came around. And they were able to outflank the Germans, but there's only 17 men, only 17 U.S. doughboys against, I don't know, 5,000 Germans. So what he ended up doing was they charged the Germans and they ended up capturing them, a group of Germans, maybe 60 of them or so, maybe 70 Germans. What happened then was the Germans above them, behind them, noticed this had happened, and they started to shoot with machine guns into they ordered all the Germans to drop, and they started shooting the Americans. And of the 17 Americans that had just captured these German soldiers, behind enemy lines. 6 of them were killed outright, including Corporal Savage, who was Sergeant Alvin York's best friend. York then decided to take it upon himself, at being the only NCO, to become a one-man army. And literally what he did was he flanked this German machine gunners and this entire German regiment and started shooting them. And he started shooting them like he was a Tennessee boy, like he would hunt. And what's incredible is that he ended up killing 35 of them before they surrendered. And they're like, please stop shooting. We'll come out. And he was just knocking them out. He shot 45 rounds of his 45 rounds of his Springfield M1903 rifle, and he killed 35 Germans. Finally, they surrendered, and he brought them down, and he brought all the rest of the Germans. He ended up capturing on his own, I think, 132 troops. He captured 132 German soldiers by himself, and that was when they stopped counting. So they don't know what the real number was. And he led them out to the rear, but this left a giant gap in the middle of the German lines, which was able, the entire 82nd Division was able to flood through, outflank the Germans from behind, and literally winning the Battle of the Argonne. Amazing, incredible battle. And just an extraordinary man, humble man. He could have made, in what would have been today, millions of dollars. He probably could have made millions of dollars then. And he did make a lot of money. He went on speaking tours. He had the book. They had the film. And he gave it all to his town. And he built a church. And he built a school. And he was just such a good man. And he was really driven by faith. And he was afraid, but he wasn't afraid to die because of his faith was so strong. And he believed that. And this is the man who was a conscientious objector, that nobody thought he would be able to fight. His superiors were worried. A lot of soldiers in his own company, in his own platoon, were very skeptical of him. But he ended up becoming, one of the heroes of heroes. And there were so many heroes of World War I. And he was just one of them, probably the most famous. But what he did was truly extraordinary, and the lives he saved. And even then, he didn't want to kill these Germans. He's like, "Well, come on out. I'm tired of shooting you." Is it just extraordinary what he did. After he killed the Germans, he came down and he was attacked. Here's another story: is that he had come down, brought the Germans down that had surrendered, and more Germans attacked him, and they charged him. This German lieutenant and a company of soldiers, and he pulled out his 45. And he started shooting them with that. He shot another 12 of them and killed them. Just incredible what this man did, and what the American doughboy did in World War I. And the really cool thing about that is that you had U.S. Army infantrymen fighting alongside U.S. Marines. And that was in the 2nd Division. That's a story for another day. But yes, thank you very much, TJ. And TJ did say that the amphibian. I love my friends who know the history. Great concept, questionable execution, absolutely, TJ. But the landing craft, the sailors in the landing crafts did drop and release those tanks too shy. So that was that. That is that. Let's see. So let's see what other book he got me, because there's something else in here. So I think it's a book. Yeah, it's a book, or it's a a book or a print or something. So let's put this here and let's pull it out. Leave that because that's right. Yeah. What the hell is this? This is not a flag? Are you kidding me? You gave me a flag? What is it? 28 years flag program worksheet. Please bring a squadron patch or morale patch. Major Anthony, his son gave me a flag. Hang on. Major Anthony Funkhouser. I'm not going to dox him. This flag will be flown. Background in Iraq. Let's see where it was. Oh my God! This flag flew over Afghanistan. The aircraft commander was Captain Ryan. Captain Sheev, Ryan Sheev, and Captain Jean Thomas, or Jean Thomas, if it's a woman, forgive me. The boom operator was a what kind of senior airman Jordan Diaz. It was flown on let's see the date, April 8th, 2020. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, Deb. Call Debbie. I'm not gonna call. Oh my God. Oh, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this at all. This certificate is that the American flag was flown aboard KC-135 Strato tanker on April 8th, 2020 over Afghanistan during a combat mission in support of Operation Resolute Support. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. Let all who look upon this flag be reminded of the military men and women who maintain steadfast devotion to protecting the free. Oh, wow. That I don't even know. Look at this. I want to look at. Isn't it the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Look at that. And of course, I have a challenge coin from him. Thank you so much of the Army Corps of Engineers, which both Tony and Anthony are members of. Oh my God, I got to call him. All right, I don't know what to say. I can't believe it. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I feel I don't even deserve to touch this. Wow, what an honor. Oh my God. All right, guys. I was expecting this. Thank you all for joining me. I got to call him. I don't know what to say. Thank you, guys. God bless America. I don't know. Yeah, if you want to support She, please do. This is, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I got to go before I start bawling like a baby on camera. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Right. Happy Mother's Day to all those beautiful ladies out there. And my God, isn't that the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Look at that. Thank you so much, everyone. I don't know. I got to go. Bye.